Hello everyone, we are group 3 and in this video we'll be talking about the types of piston pump and the pump performance. In the types of the piston pump, it consists of two types, that is radial and the axial type, and I'll be talking about straight axis piston pump. This is the diagram for the straight axis piston pump and it consists of a cylinder block with an axial bore. This blue one is a cylinder block and this axial bore is simply a hole. It is called as an axial bore because it is parallel to the axis of a rotating cylinder block, and it consists of a piston. As you can see here, this red one is in piston which are inserted in the bores, and the other end of the piston is connected to the shoe plate with a shoe joint or a spherical joint. This is a spherical joint, and this piston is connected to a shoe plate with the help of a spherical joint. And in this straight axis piston pump shown in the figure, the cylinder block is fitted on a drive shaft. This green one is a drive shaft where the cylinder block is fitted on this drive shaft. And the axis of the rotation of this rotating cylinder block and the drive shaft are the same, meaning the axis of the rotation for rotating cylinder block and this drive shaft should be common. And a shoe plate is further connected with a choice plate which is fixed at the angle to the axis of the rotation. The angle of the choice plate can be varied to change the discharge. When the shaft is rotated, when this green colored shaft, this drive shaft is rotated, it will cause the cylinder block to rotate, and as the cylinder block rotates, the shoe plate will also rotate and causing the piston to reciprocate in the bores. When this happens, half rotation of the cylinder block causes suction of the oil into a bore and the other half rotation causes discharge of the oil, and this is how it works. And there are 8 or 12 number of bores which are continuously performing suction and the discharge in a proper order, hence the suction discharge is smooth and continuous. Now let us look at the function of the choice plate. A choice plate is used to change the discharge of the pump. As discussed earlier, it will change the discharge of the pump when the angle of the choice plate is varied. By changing the angle of the choice plate, we can change the stroke length and hence the discharge. When the choice plate is perpendicular to the pump axis, then the discharge will be 0. If the discharge will increase with the increase in the choice plate angle from this perpendicular to the pump axis.
Radial piston pump. A radial piston pump is a type of hydraulic pump that uses pistons arranged in a radial pattern around a central drive shaft to generate fluid flow. It is of two types: one, stationary cylinder radial piston pump, and two, rotating cylinder radial piston pump. Stationary cylinder radial piston pump. The figure below shows the figure of stationary cylinder radial piston pump. It consists of a stationary cylinder block in which 5 cylinders are arranged coplanar with equal angle between them. Totally, there are 5 pistons, one reciprocating inside each cylinder. All pistons are connected to a single crank or a shaft by individual connecting rod as shown in the figure. When the shaft or a crank is rotated by means of prime mover, the piston reciprocate in cylinder and performs suction and delivery of liquid in sequence. Thus, the pump discharge is continuous and smooth in stationary cylinder radial piston pump. Second, rotating cylinder radial piston pump. This pump consists of rotating cylinder block which is mounted with an offset inside a casing. The casing has a reaction ring with which the piston remains in contact while the cylinder block is rotating. This is achieved by centrifugal force and pressure of the liquids. The pistons are assembled inside the radial bores of the cylinder blocks. Inlet port and outlet port are located at the center. The inlet port and the outlet port are separated by a pintle. As the cylinder block rotates, piston will reciprocate in their pores. This causes suction of oil during the first half of the rotation and discharge during the next half. There are about 8 to 12 number of such pores which are continuously performing suction and discharge in proper order, hence the pump discharge is smooth and continuous.
Now I will talk on pump performance. Pump performance refers to the ability of pump to efficiently and effectively move fluids from one place to another. To measure the performance of pump, there are three efficiency measurements. Number 1, volumetric efficiency. Number 2, mechanical efficiency. Number 3, overall efficiency. Now going with volumetric efficiency. It is a ratio of actual flow rate of a pump to the theoretical flow rate of the pump, or it is a measure of how well a pump can transfer or displace fluid relative to its theoretical maximum capacity. From this volumetric efficiency, we can see how efficiently hydraulic pump is functioning in real-world conditions. A high volumetric efficiency indicates that the pump is effectively moving the fluid and minimizing internal losses due to factors like leakage. On the other hand, a low volumetric efficiency suggests that the pump may have internal wears or other issues that are including effectiveness. Different pump has a different volumetric efficiency. For gear pump, the volumetric efficiency is about 80 to 90%. Van pumps about 92%. For piston pump about 90 to 98%. Moving on to the mechanical efficiency, it is a ratio of pump output power assuming no leakage to the actual power delivered to the pump. It indicates the amount of energy losses that occurs for a reason other than the leakage. This includes friction in bearings and friction between mating parts. Mechanical efficiency is an important parameter to consider when evaluating the performance of hydraulic pump because it indicates how well the pump is converting the input mechanical power into hydraulic power. A high mechanical efficiency, it means less energy is wasted, resulting in a more efficient and cost-effective hydraulic system. However, thirdly, we will talk on overall efficiency. It defined as a ratio of actual power delivered by pump to the actual power given to the pump. A high overall efficiency indicates that the hydraulic pump is operating efficiently and effectively, minimizing energy waste and heat generation. It is an important factor to consider when designing and maintaining the hydraulic system to ensure excellent operation.